we are at the point now, Albert. I find myself perpetually just waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Waiting for Aaron Rodgers. I
Yep.
feel like I've done the last year of my life has been waiting for Aaron Rodgers to go on Pat McAfee, waiting for Aaron Rodgers to emerge from a darkness retreat, waiting for Aaron Rodgers to recover from his Achilles, and now, and correct me if I'm wrong, waiting for Aaron Rodgers to try to talk the Vikings into signing him so that he doesn't have to play for the Steelers or the Giants.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly it, but I do think his preference would be to play for the Vikings. It's
completing the Brett Favre
situation.
career arc right there.
I mean, it's a weird situation in general. And like, I think the one thing we have to keep in mind is that like Aaron Rodgers is going to work on his own timetable. And so it could be 10 minutes, it could be 10 days, it could be 10 weeks. And like it's weird that it's like playing out like sort of the way Favre did. And I mean, God, I was just starting to cover the league when Favre was doing his annual thing where it was, is he playing? Is he not? You would have been like in college, I think, back then, right? Like, and like,
yeah,
like those things legitimately lasted like the entire off season. Like I can still remember, Scott Hansen before Red Zone existed was staking out the Brett Favre compound in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And then for ESPN, it was some combination of Ed Werder and Rachel Nichols there. So it sort of feels like that in a way. Hopefully he doesn't take until July to make a decision here, but really it is on his timetable, and I don't know. I'm not sure what happens next. Is it like he's going to pop up on McAfee? Is it he's going to walk away? I think all these things are sort of in play. And, I do think that there's a little bit of annoyance and frustration on the part of the Giants and Steelers who, are sitting there waiting and like have their quarterback plans sort of tied up. But remember, like, this is where we were 2 years ago, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and I think in the middle of March 2 years ago, we were sitting there like, when's the decision coming? And what wound up happening? I can remember where I was. It was the Monday before the draft. I was at a second grade lacrosse practice, I believe.
Which is exactly where you want to be.
It was late afternoon. And if you look back, I think you could probably even find a video I shot from there, with the selfie cam or whatever, to break down the trade. But yeah, I mean, that's like, if you remember right, like that's like, if I remember right, I think that's sort of like the way this went the last time, where it was like a week passed, then 2 weeks passed, then 3 weeks passed, then 4, and it was like, when is the decision coming? And when are we going to see what happens? And I think in that case, it was maybe a little bit more the Jets and the Packers having to hammer out the details,
right?
Turning into a staring contest,
right?
But that thing lasted a long time. So, again, like this is up to Aaron, whether it happens in, again, 10 minutes, 10 days, or 10 weeks.